Yes, and welcome to lecture 6 of Mechanics of Materials. In this lecture, we are going to extend our previous lecture's concept where we discuss fatigue failure and SN curve and a little bit about endurance limit. In this lecture, will also associate with the factor of safety in order to understand how safe our equipment is under that fatigue or cyclic loadings. So we did say that when you have a certain cyclic loading, your equipment is possible to fail under the even below the yield strength. So somewhere here it might fail. So if this is your applied stress, okay, or maximum stress amplitude that we discussed in previous lecture, okay. Uh, so we also looked at multiple terminologies, the stress range, the mean stress, and also the amplitude. So in this lecture we will actually use the mean stress and the amplitude in the calculations as well. So just to have a review of those, uh, and we also talked about the endurance limit. So that would be below this horizontal curve would be your endurance limit, and you will have a safe region where you can say that you will have an infinite fatigue life. This was in the case where sigma mean is equal to 0. Okay, so you have a fully reversed cycle. Now what if sigma mean is not equal to 0? Then this is no more the safe region. Okay, so for that we introduce like for example in this case sigma mean is greater than 0. For this case we introduce the Goodman criteria, where we said that you take the endurance limit and ultimate strength of the material and you join it with this Goodman curve. It's a straight line where if you take the mean stress on the horizontal axis and you take the applied stress on the vertical axis, you will have this green safe region where you can say that you will have infinite fatigue life. Okay, now for example this stress is even below the endurance limit, but you keep on increasing the mean stress. So after a certain point, okay, you will actually go out of this Goodman curve for this specific mean stress value, and now this is not safe. Okay, so even below the endurance limit you are not safe anymore, like you were in case of cyclic fully reverse cyclic loading. In case where your mean stress is not equal to 0, um, you have to consider this case where if mean stress increases too much, you will go out of the Goodman curve. Okay, so that is what we discussed in the previous lecture as well, just to repeat it. Now usually this mean stress is the endurance limit is very important, but it is not known for every material. Okay, specifically uh, the new materials that are being there, so we do not know this. If we know that, we know that is for a certain specific scenario testing, so we calculate it roughly using the approximate calculation by multiplying 0.5 with the ultimate strength, because the ultimate strength of the materials are generally known. Okay, so we just take half of that and we take it as the endurance limit of that material. I will go back to the stress strain curve. Okay, if you look at it, so these endurance ultimate strengths are usually known, so you take half of that and you get the endurance limit somewhere here. Okay, so that will be your sigma E, which will be actually calculating using 0.5 times the ultimate strength. Okay, so this is general calculation of, if you want to do it quickly without any problem, you can calculate this very easily. So this is the approximate calculation of endurance limit. That is the first step you need to do in order to find out what is the endurance limit. Now this endurance limit is without installing uh, your equipment at a certain situation. For example, you want to install the shaft in a hot environment, you want to install it in the cold environment, you have a, let's say, very large shaft or very short diameter shaft. Okay, these factors are not considered. So these factors are actually called the marine factors, which we need to consider while installing the shaft. So we need to know, we are installing in furnace, how hot it will be, because this will affect your endurance limit. So this endurance limit that we calculate, we need to modify it by multiplying with these factors. These are the surface finish factor, size factor, loading factor, temperature, reliability, and miscellaneous factors. Okay, in order to be sure that we have the right endurance limit for our design. Okay, and that is why these factors are usually are always between 0 and 1. So let's say I'm talking about, let's say, temperature factor, where fatigue strength decreases significantly above 350 degrees centigrade for steels. Okay, so let's say I have the I am using it in a very hot environment, some 1000 degrees centigrade or something like that. So you have to multiply that factor. So let's say this is our KD, that will be 0. Let's say 75. Okay, so you multiply this endurance limit that you calculated from this equation 1, you multiply it with the KD, and you get the new updated endurance limit, which will be slightly less than your original calculated from equation 1. Okay, so you have to consider all these factors in calculating the final endurance limit. Additionally speaking, if you have endurance limit somewhere here, okay, so that was your sigma E. Now you have new endurance limit that will be somewhere below that sigma E prime. Okay, so that is somewhere below your initially calculated endurance limit. Okay, because now you are considering the situation it is being installed in. Okay, that you have to multiply it with the many factors, this Ka to Kf, all the factors you have to consider them. Okay, now in case of where sigma m is not equal to 0, okay, then again your safe limit will change, that we did discuss, but you also have to consider the new endurance limit, that will be sigma E prime, and you have to find out that Goodman curve. Okay, new Goodman curve in order to understand what is the new safe region for your infinite fatigue life. Okay, then we have this equation for the factor of safety right here. Okay, now if you look at it, you are actually using this sigma mean by sigma ultimate strength. This is actually the equation of this curve, where you have a sigma endurance limit, and then you have the applied stress, which will be whatever the amplitude of the loading is, and you have the factor of safety. Okay, so in cases where sigma mean is equal to 0, so your equation will get sigma applied stress, or the maximum stress applied on the body, and then you have the endurance limit, which is what we want to limit, or because we want to stay below this endurance limit. Okay, and this will become equal to 1 divided by m, 1 divided by n, the factor of safety. Okay, so factor of safety is usually defined as the maximum allowable. So the sigma endurance is the endurance limit is the new endurance limit that we developed is the maximum allowable. We do not want to go above that, divided by the applied amplitude. Okay, so this will give you the factor of safety. Okay, in case sigma m is equal to 0. If it is not equal to 0, you have to use the same equation. So you can use the same equation for all the cases. Okay, also keep in mind that this n will be having certain ranges. So if it is less than 0, which means you are allowable, this is actually more than your endurance limit. So your applied stress is, let's say, more than endurance limit. Your body is obviously not in the safe region anymore. Okay, so if that is the case, body is not safe. Okay, it will fail even whatever the case is. If it is equal to 1 or close to 1, so that is somewhere close to this Goodman curve, again not a good idea. You want to stay within this safe region in order to have a good safe region. So that would be, let's say, 1.5, or let's say n greater than 1. Okay, that is somewhere we want to stay, and that would be the case when you have let's say that would be the case when you have let's say we will solve a problem next, so let's go on to that. So this is a basic problem which states that all the values are here are given, and then you have to check for the Goodman criteria and see whether it is in the safe region or not. Secondly, you have to also find out the factor of safety, so how much this actually gives us, how much gives us a value that whether our equipment is safe or not. Okay, so let's go on and solve this problem. Okay, now in order to, for the first problem, to check for the safety of the Goodman criteria, I need to draw the, this would be ultimate strength, and then you have a sigma endurance, and this would be your new one where you have installed it. So we have this value and we also have the ultimate value. So I can just draw the Goodman criteria right here, Goodman curve between these 2 points. Okay, so when I have this Goodman curve, okay, now what I need is I need to check whether it is safe or not. For this I need to have the applied stress or the maximum applied stress, and I also have to have the mean stress. So sigma mean will be up on this axis and your sigma applied will be on the vertical axis. Okay, also keep in mind that sigma applied has to have it must be below your endurance limit, okay, in order to be safe. Now sigma applied is 200, so let's say somewhere because sigma e is 250, so sigma applied will be somewhere here. Okay, 200, and then you have a mean value of 100. Ultimate is equal to, your ultimate is equal to 600, so this is actually 600, and your mean is 100, so that would be somewhere, let's say here. Okay, so you divide this into the 6 part, the horizontal axis, so it will give you a point somewhere here, which is very you see close to the Goodman curve. Okay, so it is not very safe, but it looks like it is still in the below the curve, so that would be in the safe region. Also you can guess from there that since it is very close, that means the n or the factor of safety will be very close to 1. Okay, but it will be greater than 1 because it is in the safe region, but it will be very close to 1. Now let's do that. So that is what we checked in the Goodman criteria. Now we check calculate using this equation. So we have factor of, we need to find out factor of safety, so that would be using the equation, we have sigma applied 200 divided by the endurance limit, which is 250, and then plus, now sigma mean is not equal to 0 in this case, so we will use this term as well. So that would be 100 divided by the ultimate, which is 600, is equal to 1 divided by n. Right, so let's solve it using the calculator, so that is a lot easier rather than doing manual. Okay, so I have 200 divided by 250, that is equal to 0.8. okay, plus 100 divided by 60, so sorry 600, and you get 0.16 is equal to 1 divided by n. Okay, so I will add the 0.8, it's 0.96, so 1 by n is equal to 0.96, and then your n or factor of safety will be equal to 1 divided by 0.96. So you get 1.042 as a factor of safety. As we said, that it will be quite close to your safe limit, which is 1, because if it is on this curve, your factor of safety will be equal to 1. If it is below this curve, it will be somewhat greater than 1. If it is outside of this curve, then your factor of safety will be less than 1, which is not good. Okay, so it is very close to 1. All right, this is it for this lecture, and if you have any question, please do ask, and take care. Goodbye.